Just what can you say about your defense's performance there in the second half? Just limiting them severely in the third, and then really clamping down at crunch time.
Yeah, I thought in the first half it was a shoot around, like this morning, where we were just going through the motions, and both teams were just going to go out and play buddy ball and score. When you give up 65 points in that half, the last two games we've hung our hat on the defensive end, and I thought in the second half we focused on the defensive end, and a lot of good things happened.
Obviously, you just talk about the defense, but looking at the stat sheet, 7 points for Mike Conley, holding him to that low, especially a scorer like him. What can you say just about the efforts that the point guards put on him?
It was quite a few guys had their turn. We just tried to wear him down. He's a very talented point guard in this league. He can stretch it, make threes. He puts a lot of pressure in the pick and roll. And with Liggins, I thought he did a great job, and I thought Bledsoe, again, he did a really good job in the pick and roll and on the defensive end. And then on the offensive end, I thought he was great too.
So often we end up talking about John Henson defensively, but tonight he was just kind of in that pinch post area and seemed to make the right decision every time. What does that mean for you guys to get another guy that you wouldn't maybe necessarily expect to be a playmaker to make the plays?
Yeah, I thought the guys did a great job at carry over from shoot around this morning on the offensive end of understanding what we thought was going to be available. And John was a big part of that, being able to go high-low or take the shot when it presented itself. And I thought he was a great quarterback in that, where he thought he was open, he found the shot, and then also making plays by using the pass. I thought he did a great job tonight. And then I thought he was great defensively in the pick and roll, and then also rebounding, trying to make it tough on Gasol. He's one of the best centers in this league, and I thought John did a really good job on him.
Jason, a couple weeks ago you talked about after that game against the Thunder, you got beat by grown-ups. Well, a lot of grown-ups on that Memphis squad too, and there was ties and lead changes and big swings. And that, from one game to the next, that's a pretty big sign of growth.
Yeah, I think our growth started down in Texas. Once we got Bledsoe, guys started to focus a little bit more on the defensive end, and that's kind of our MO. But I think the big thing is just understand we were down, I think 5 or 7 points there with 7 minutes left, and normally that game gets away from us. And tonight the guys when we came back with the starters, we went on a run, but it started on the defensive end. And again, Giannis, we can count and look and watch Giannis, but we need everybody to participate on the offensive end, and I thought he did a great job of finding guys.
Coach, can you speak to the starters 4 of the 5 in double digits tonight, and the bench was outscored, but when you get that type of production from starters, then it doesn't mean that the bench has to carry such a load then, right?
Yeah, I think, again, our bench has been great, before this game. And I understand Malcolm, I think, got in foul trouble, so that kind of took a little steam out of his sail. But I thought, again, the starters did a great job in understanding where the time and score and what they had to do, and that was to get stops when they came in that fourth quarter. So sharing the ball, again, Bledsoe, I was going to call a timeout at one point, but he's a little quicker than I anticipated, and he ended up getting a layup. But, I think if we can use his speed, understanding everybody thinks we're going to play to Giannis every possession, but I think he's starting to understand how to use Giannis. And down the stretch, we got stops, and then also we got, we made some shots that we needed to. And understanding, everybody wants the ball down the stretch there, and I thought they trusted Bledsoe to make a play.
We've talked about the chemistry of the new starting unit a whole bunch. For them to come in with a deficit with 7.5 minutes to go and kind of just collectively know exactly what they need to do. Like, what goes into building that over less than a week?
Trust and communication and participation by the guys. And I think understanding what Bledsoe brings to us tempo-wise on the defensive end is something that we haven't had, and so it's nice to see. And then on the offensive end, just being able to share the ball and trust that someone's going to make the right play, and you can see that.
There was a flurry there late, Jason. I think it was tied at 96. You were working your way back. Snell hits a 3, you tie it at 96. And then kind of an alley-oop lay-in by Giannis, and then that drive by Bledsoe. And that kind of, it didn't seem to take the wind out of Memphis' sails, but that was the first sign that they appeared that they thought they were in trouble anyway, that little flurry right there.
Yeah, I think, again, that was a heck of a pass to Giannis. He did the hardest part, and that's making the catch and putting it in. And then we talked about Bledsoe's speed, being able to get to the basket. I thought, again, the guys did a great job of understanding time and score and being able to share the ball and being able to execute. And on both ends, offensively and defensively, we did a good job there in that second half.
You talk about Giannis catching that one. We saw him score, a a million different ways tonight. What does it mean for your star to show that trust that he can play off ball and make those type of plays?
Yeah, I think he's going to get a lot of attention. He's going to always see 2 to 3 bodies, and I think he's showing his patience and his maturity to be a decoy at sometimes, and being able to let his teammates score, and it'll just make the game a lot easier for himself, but for everyone. And he's going to score the ball. He's going to touch the ball, but I think also what's underrated or hasn't been talked about is his playmaking, being able to find the open guys. He's double teamed. He finds Deli for a big 3. Being able to be unselfish and trust. And when he can do that, again, it'll make it a lot easier for him and for his teammates.